Alrighty then, guys. By the time this comes out, we will be very close to the half marathon I'm going to run. I'm doing a half marathon for charity, and I'm going to put down the link in the description. We probably have already reached our goal by then, but if you want to still donate a little bit of money for the charity I participate in, I'm participating in a charity called Spana, where they give working animals, horses, donkeys, oxes, all that good, all those strong boys and girls. They give them healthcare, medicine, and tools to make their work life easier, because there are some countries that cannot afford any of that for the animals, and then they die. And imagine, the people work together with these animals. They're like family to them. They're like friends. They're like their partners. And the last thing they want is for them to suffer or to die real quick. So if you want to donate just a small amount, and then I can run the charity with a with a happy heart, I would really appreciate that. I would really appreciate that, because I know that for a fact this SB right now, 1500 Zachary Callahan, I don't know if they will donate to to the charity I'm fundraising for. So we'll find out. Maybe they do. Maybe they're nice. Maybe they're nice, But before we do that, while you really, I hope you guys know a little bit. While you guys do that, might as well just quickly, subscribe, like, and comment. Before you do that, actually, no, after. Do after. The charity has priority. The charity has higher priority than any of that. All right, it is safe. SCP-1500 is to be kept in a modified humanoid containment cell in Site 17. I reduced the music, didn't I? Because that would be ridiculous if that was playing on blast. The chamber should be lit with grow lights that are to be on all at... God, the food is kicking. It's taking its while to digest. It was heavy. The chamber should be lit with grow lights that are to be on at all times. Should a light burn out, an automated system has been set up to replace the bulb. The floor of the chamber is to be lined with soil. Collected rainwater laced with clays and nutrients is to be pumped into the cell no fewer than 2 times per week. So, what that tells me already is that they don't want any human to be in the actual cell. I'm going to try to give it a bit more of an analytical set. I still want to be joking about it because that's who I am as a person. But I also do know that people enjoy when I actually explain or understand or point out certain facts about the SCP that they maybe have thought about or have not thought about. So that first paragraph tells me they don't want anybody to get into the actual room, because of the automated system that replaces bulbs, right? So they don't want an actual person to walk in there and be like, "Hey Zachary, how you doing? Let me just replace this bulb right here," because we don't know. Maybe Zachary's gonna be like, from all we know. And also they do want to keep it alive. I mean, most SCPs, they want to keep it alive because they want to experiment with it until they figure out it's too dangerous. Then they will try to figure out what maybe with experiments what could damage it. Because remember, the experiment is not only to figure out what they can do, it's also to figure out what their weakness is, the strengths and weaknesses. To prevent damage to SCP-1500, no personnel are to be allowed into its containment cell under any circumstances. No security cameras are to be placed in the cell. To prevent light contamination, the cell is to have no windows. Okay, that's interesting, because now, at first I thought they don't want anybody in there for the safety of the staff, but it looks like it's actually more for the safety of the SCP itself. Now that's fascinating, which could mean that, the SCP has some sort of anomalous effect where they make people want to hurt it. Or, because it also says to prevent light contamination, so light has some sort of big role in this. Maybe depending on the light, it might get more dangerous. This is all speculation. We can just read on. It's not that long of an SCP, unless, hold on. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit longer, but not that much longer. SCP-1500 is a humanoid that demonstrates vegetal characteristics. It is capable of photosynthesis due to gradual replacement of melanin in its skin with chlorophyll. Oh, powerful melanin! If left in one place for an extended period of time, SCP-1500 will extend thin fibers into the ground that seek out soil and draw nutrients and water from it. So, okay, it's a human that is pretty much a plant. Alright, during the course of its containment, SCP-1500 has become steadily more plant-like. As of the 15th, 2000, SCP-1500 has reported great difficulty in moving on its own. An examination has revealed that cellulose now surrounds many cells in SCP-1500's body. Due to SCP-1500's transitional state, it is extraordinarily fragile and is to be left undisturbed to prevent damage. That's why. Okay. At the end, all my speculations were wrong. It's not that the SCP will attack you. It's not that it will make you attack itself. It's just very fragile. It's very fragile. Okay. So they're just trying to keep it alive, and that's why the rainwater as well. Because I assume tap water is depending what size 17 is, tap water might have like some. You say like it's hard water, right? Like because there's still chemicals in the tap that can that are not good for you. At the end, like it's not like certain tap water is not as dangerous as other ones, of course, but yeah, maybe like the tap water, the small bit of chemicals that are in the tap water might just not be healthy for this plant. At the time of original containment, SCP-1500 was a somewhat overweight Caucasian male named Zachary Callahan. He came to the attention of the Foundation when he was hospitalized after a blood test revealed abnormal sugars more commonly found in tree sap. He agreed to Foundation containment upon discovery of a buildup in chlorophyll in his skin. SCP-1500 proved at peace with his condition and requested to be left alone to finish his transformation. Attempts to discover the origin of SCP-1500's anomalous properties have thus far proven fruitless, but here we have now level 3 clearance or higher strictly enforced. And it says Keter now, which that's a big change. From safe to Keter, that's a big step. SCP-150 is to be kept in a modified humanoid containment cell inside 17. The cell is to be soundproofed and have no windows to prevent them from being affected by SCP-150. No personnel are to be allowed into its containment cell under any circumstance, and no security cameras are to be placed in the cell. Now it says to be affected, so now we're going back to what I just said, the thing I just gave up a moment ago. But hey, a false containment document for SCP-150 is to be established. That's why it was considered safe, and so saying it's supposed to be fragile, with the intent of discouraging further investigation or rescue attempts. In the event of an attempted containment breach, all involved are to be terminated. All personnel experiencing persistent headaches are found to have been affected by SCP-150 will be transferred away from Site 17. Ah, so it is dangerous. You tricked me, SCP Foundation. You tricked me. Made me think that I was wrong. But now I is right. So let's go on. SCP-1500 is a featureless humanoid with smooth greenish-gray skin and a highly distended abdomen. Its limbs are long and multi-jointed. Its skin is metallic in texture and very durable, demonstrating a tensile strength of about 1.2 gigapascals. Though it has no visible sensory organs, it apparently possesses senses roughly equal to that of a human. It cannot speak and does not need to eat, breathe, or sleep. Any human within the line of sight of SCP-1500 experiences headaches, nausea, and a feeling of fear. These gradually increase for an amount of time, typically between 200 seconds and 530 seconds, until the subject loses consciousness for approximately 15 seconds. Upon awakening, the subject retains no memory of the previous time exposed to SCP-1500 and thereafter perceives SCP-1500 as a Caucasian human male named Zachary Callahan. Okay. Subject's memory are altered to include SCP-1500 usually as a friend from childhood or early adulthood. Don't you know who I am? It's me, Zachary Callahan. We were always friends. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, of course, yeah. How could I forget? Yeah, I've known you since kindergarten, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly... Subjects are also capable of communicating with SCP-1500. No attempts to reverse this change have proven effective to date. Though amnestics are able to remove memories of SCP-1500, albeit at a reduced success rate, affected individuals continue to perceive SCP-1500 as human in any future interaction. Addendum 4. Recent developments suggest that SCP-1500 is able to affect people over long distance. In a recent speech, Senator alluded to a fishing trip he went on in his youth with a Zach Callahan. A background check revealed no person by the name of the appropriate age living near Senator in the 1960s, and Senator was reported as having suffered a crippling migraine at a dinner party the week before. But how far was the distance, though? Like, if it's like 10 kilometers, that's like, yeah, understandable. But if it's like across the world, then yeah. Addendum 7. Persons recently affected by SCP-1500 have placed it in a more prominent role in their memories than previously observed. Rather than an old friend, SCP-1500 has often assumed the role of a parental figure, a former love, or a long-lost relative. In all cases, affected individuals report that they associate SCP-1500 with protection and adoration. It really just wants to be part of your life, bro. That's all it wants. I mean, from the looks of it, all it does is be part of your life in some way or another. It doesn't seem to like do anything else. Addendum 20. As of the 8th, 1st, 2000, an estimated 23,000 people across the world have been affected by SCP-1500. Okay, so now that answers the question I had. Is it like 10 kilometer long distance, or is it across the world distance? It's across the world. Of possible note is that SCP-1500 is disproportionately targeting political or military figures and Foundation personnel. Upgrade to Kita requested. So it does seem to have some sort of plot, but we will never know what the plot is. Right now we just know it wants to be friends with you, or at least that's what it makes you. Well, it makes it seem to be the case. It's me, Zach. You know me. Yeah, you're right. I do know you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why? I'm so sorry, Zach. I must be overworked. Yeah, no problem. Hey, how about you let me out of here? Oh, that's why with the fucking rescue attempts, because it will make you. Because if you are part of the Foundation and you think it's a friend of yours and it's being held captive, you're like, what? No. That's Zach, man. He didn't do anything wrong. He's no SCP. It's my childhood friend. Why would he? What is his anomaly, huh? What? Tell me. Tell me. Come on. Tell me. What's his anomaly, huh? Why are you holding my best friend Zach in there, huh? What are you doing, huh? Come on. And you're like, it's like, oh God. Yeah, it's not your best friend Zach. It's not a childhood friend Zach. It's an SCP that makes you think that it's your friend Zach. No. Listen, I believe anything. The SCP Foundation, the SCPs are all fucking nuts, but no, I don't believe that. That's not the case. Never. You just stay like, it's gonna take forever to explain.